Hello, today we're going to talk about 4 reasons that you've been unable to quit porn thus far. I don't really know why this guy's drinking some wine, watching porn. I think that's a bit of a weird setup. I don't think many people would actually do that, but we're going to crack on. So, first reason, you're stuck in deprivation. What does deprivation mean? It's not really talked about a lot. Me and Mary bang on about this all the time because it's one of the number one things that holds people back from ever getting free from pornography addiction. Essentially, it's a concept that you feel like you can't do something. So you can't look at porn. The whole no-fap movement is sort of centered on this belief that people can't look at porn. You know, how many times have you said to yourself, I can't look at porn, I'm doing no-fap, I can't look at porn because of X, Y, Z, and there'll be these, a long list of reasons why you can't look at porn. You feel like you can't look at porn, but that's not true, because the reality is, if you're watching this, you probably are looking at porn. So that proves to you that actually it isn't true that you can't look at porn, because you are looking at porn. So the next one is you have a porn addict identity. So essentially, you feel like you're stuck as a porn addict, like it's who you are, because maybe over many years you've been watching porn, you've been unable to quit, and now it's part of your identity. But the reality is, when you're struggling with porn addiction, you just have addicted neural pathways. And I'm not saying that to minimize the harm of porn addiction, because I know it is a really, really difficult thing to have going on in your life. I've experienced that. But at the same time, having this belief that it's just like who you are is so detrimental. And the truth is, it is just something that's going on for you right now, and it is possible to change those addictive neural pathways and gain permanent mental freedom by reinstalling a new way of thinking and a new method that actually does work and correctly changes how you respond to urges. So the second thing, you have a porn addict identity. We want to shift away from this as much as possible and realize that's not who we are. It's just that we have been born in a time when porn is absolutely everywhere. Our brain has got involved in this psychological emotional dependency on this mind mood altering experience, and all of this can be changed by rewiring those addicted neural pathways. It's not who you are, it's just what's going on for you right now. Third thing, you're focusing on the wrong thing. So this is something that I did. It's something that most people do. It's focusing on things like trauma in the past, or focusing on maybe working out and getting into good shape, or your purpose, or trying to figure out the root cause, and doing all these things that aren't actually relevant to changing those addictive neural pathways. Because what's going to happen is inevitably, eventually, you will have that desire. You will have this compulsive desire. That's how addiction works. Once the brain has become involved in this psychological emotional dependency on a mind mood on it, I'm talking a bit too fast. Once the mind has become involved in this mind mood altering experience, you are going to want the porn. And so trying to get away from that wanting and focusing on all these other things in your life isn't actually going to be effective in changing the addicted neural pathways. You're going to be focusing on the wrong thing, and this is where most people, again, they go wrong, and that's why they're unable to quit porn. The fourth thing, you don't know how to deal with urges. Most people don't know how to deal with urges. They sort of go back and forth. I want porn, I don't want to look at porn, and they get in this conflict that just goes on and on and on. And then eventually they try and get out of the conflict. They want to get out of the deprivation feelings as well. And they go back and look at porn. And often they don't realize that actually engaging with the porn is what creates the desire for more porn. And so they're then stuck in this cycle indefinitely. Nothing really changes. Maybe they do some no-fap streaks and go a few weeks or a few months without porn, but then they're back to the porn because the desire comes up. They don't know how to deal with the urges, so then in that moment they want to get out of all of this discomfort that's going on, so they choose to look at porn once again. Now, I know this video may seem a little bit harsh and direct, but it's through understanding and learning the truth that we gain the permanent mental freedom that we all want to have. And a lot of the education out there on addiction recovery right now, especially on porn and with the nofap communities, is actually very detrimental. And so I'm only sharing this information to provide some hope that, you know what, there's nothing wrong with you for having this problem right now. The only problem that's going on really is that you don't have a method that actually works to help you quit porn. And we need a new way of thinking. And hopefully this video can provide you the belief in yourself that actually, if I go and get the right education I can rewire those addictive neural pathways and quit this problem for good, which is what I want for everybody watching this, and I know it's 100% possible. So thanks so much for watching this video. If you would like to learn more about the Beyond Compulsion method, which was taught to me by my mentor, Mary Paulus, then go and watch the free training. There's a link in the description. I hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.